Hey there, Songsmith crew. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. My name is Dean Davis. I live in Bryan College Station, Texas. I'm 30 years old. I am married and with 4 young kids. And why do I want to come to Songsmith? I'll try and share that in 7 brief reasons. And number 1 is when I read the application for Songsmith, I went, man, that just sounds like me. I've been writing and recording music for more than 12 years now, and not only just doing it for fun, but knowing that the Lord has called me to refine that craft and to grow in it. And it's led to obviously lots of original songs, but also being able to run a studio and to pour into lots of students specifically in the realm of songwriting. So when I read that you want to take not just beginner songwriters, but even seasoned songwriters and help them become world class, I went, man, that is something I am truly intrigued by and truly interested in. So that leads to number 2. Number 2 is through making music for the last 12 plus years, I've learned so much, I've grown so much, but also I've garnered lots of questions, whether it be in the song creation process, the collaboration process, the music production, mixing, or even distribution process. I just have so many questions, and I would love to glean from experienced wisdom and be able to ask specific questions, which leads to number 3, and that is, I believe you guys bring a very unique offering, and that is maturity within the songwriting craft, but also maturity within your heart and your walk with Jesus. And for me, at least in my experience, that's such a rare combination, and I am so hungry to pull from that rare combination and wisdom that you can only glean and get from people who are walking with maturity in their life in Jesus and maturity in their craft of songwriting, putting those together. So I would just love to glean from that wisdom. The 4th reason I would love to come is because God has blessed me to be able to pour into some really awesome songwriters locally as well as online. And so I've always been of the disposition that whatever God's given me, I'm going to apply it, I'm going to grow in it, and then I'm going to start reaching out and handing it out to as many people as I can. And so I would love to come to Songsmith, glean as much as I can, apply it myself, grow from it, and then start handing it out to real songwriters, people who aren't just interested in songwriting, but they're actually seasoned, they're actually mature, they're making songs or even making albums. And so I would love to be able to go, guys, here's some practical wisdom that I've gleaned. Here's some experienced input from a source that you guys love and we all listen to. The 5th reason I would love to come is that when I write music, it comes out as singer-songwriter, pop, folk, electronic music, and more than just that comes out of me. The Lord has really called me and fashioned me to write and produce music in those specific genres. And so I'm called to write music for the church, but it's in this specific vein most of the time. And so I would love just some experienced input to go, hey, what do you guys think? And what would you say to a person like that? And what guidance could you give a person like that? Reason number 6 is, man, I would love to connect with a whole gang of other songwriters who have been refining that craft, who have been taking it seriously, and just make connections, build relationship, have some camaraderie among that, and then to be able to connect obviously with the Bethel crew and get to know them even just a little bit. But just to have that connection, that face-to-face connection would be so big for me personally. And it would be a really big encouragement to me personally to know, man, here's a whole group of people who are going after this thing. And the last reason, the 7th reason, and this one's pretty much totally selfish, is I love raising kids, but when you talk about a 3-day retreat to Northern California, I mean, woo! That sounds like glorious. Get some in and out, get some... Anyways, but that's just a personal note. So thanks so much for listening. I would love to come to Songsmith and be a part of advanced training and mature input. So thanks. And on one final unrelated note, I want to say that I have another friend, Chris Fletcher, who's applying for Songsmith. And man, this guy, he has been cultivating that gift of songwriting. He writes great songs. He's in the process of recording and producing them. And he has such maturity in his heart and in his life as a family's pastor and a teacher of the word. And it comes out in the lyrics and the songs that he writes and the way that he worships. So if you're looking for a guy, that's your man.